Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well and staying safe during this time. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. Like I said, thank you so much for checking me out. If you haven't done so, please make sure to hit that subscribe button just right below the video. Cool, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. And if you're returning, welcome back. Thanks again for your support. I truly do appreciate having you here.
Earlier today, I put out a video where I had the pleasure of reporting that a major cross-border payments firm, Tranglo, had announced that they had activated on-demand liquidity utilizing XRP as a bridge currency in 25 corridors. Last year, 1 corridor. Now, 25. Happened pretty quickly anyway. So I check out the specifics in that video. That's not the reason that I'm making this video, but in that video, I did promise that there are a couple additional things I wanted to talk about, but given the quantity of material to be covered, deserves its own separate video. And what I was highlighting was the reasons, two primary reasons in my humble opinion, that XRP being utilized as a bridge currency via on-demand liquidity, the rollout is slower than what many people would like to see. It has to do with a lack of liquidity, and also regulatory concerns. But the one thing that you really can't do much to control, especially if you're Ripple, is the level of liquidity, the number of people buying and selling, the number of market participants. There's only so much that you can do. There's not much at all. You're just one piece of the overall crypto pie. And the market is led by Bitcoin. And so this is not that Ripple's doing something wrong. That's not the point of this. It's just to acknowledge the reality that XRP is not nearly liquid enough to just, in the snap of a finger, replace SWIFT and all the settlement that occurs as a result of the relationships throughout the SWIFT network. You can't just do that today. That's why there won't be just a flip the switch moment any day now, where we go from where we are now to it has taken over the world. You have to have growth, and you can have exponential growth. That can occur, and we have seen at times exponential growth and adoption of crypto. That's most certainly true. So that's good to see. We expect that, but the best is yet to come. I'm just telling you, there's not that many participants. And Ashish Burla, who is the general manager of RippleNet, he had some things to say, specifically about sanctions regarding SWIFT and what's going on with Russia and Ukraine. But he went to some data that I'd never seen before. So he and his team were able to pull this up and shared it with the public. And it highlights the degree to which crypto markets, of course, obviously, which XRP is an important part, crypto markets are very illiquid. Okay? It's just an acknowledgement of reality. I don't think it's going to stay like that forever. This asset class is nascent. It's okay. But the data was incredibly interesting. So again, the primary point that he was trying to drive home at is, yes, it's illiquid, and what the implications were regarding SWIFT and Russia and Ukraine. So we're going to talk about that too as I go through this, of course. But what does that mean for XRP as a bridge currency? Well, I think it's pretty clear. It's going to take a while for XRP to be used in a truly major way as a bridge currency, should that ever happen. But that's okay. We're just acknowledging reality. That's not some sort of harsh critique. I think it's very possible, but let's just live in the world of Realsville. You know what I mean? I do want to be clear. I don't have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. Damn it. And I'm going to get into just one sec here the thread from Ashish Burla, RippleNet general manager, who shares all the facts. But first I thought I'd share with you what Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse had to say in response to that thread. Brad said the following: Ashish Burla lays out the reality of crypto and blockchain's role, or lack thereof, to evade global sanctions. To clear any confusion, RippleNet, while being able to do much more than just messaging a la Swift, abides by international law and OFAC sanctions. Period. Full stop. Now, this is the first I'd seen from Brad clearly stating that as a result of what has occurred with Russia and Ukraine and the community at large and all sorts of people in crypto talking about, the Ripple net coming in, to replace Swift for Russia, all these weird claims. I've already talked about them, and I was like, this makes no logical sense. I laid out my case for why I believe that, and now we have Brad Growinghouse here effectively saying, delivering a message in line with what I had been sharing. And OFAC, mind you, this is the Office of Foreign Assets Control. This is the website from the U.S. Department of the Treasury. And look at how they describe themselves. The Office of Foreign Asset Controls, OFAC, of the U.S. Department of the Treasury administers and enforces economic and trade sanctions based on U.S. foreign policy and national security goals against targeted foreign countries and regimes, terrorists, international narcotics traffickers, and those engaged in activities related to the proliferation of weapons of mass destruction and other threats to the national security, foreign policy, or economy of the United States. And so consider that what I just read. It's on your screen right now. There are people that were positing the idea that Ripple was going to disregard that and it could just help run. It was just completely absurd. Now, if you're talking about XRP specifically, which is decentralized, Ripple doesn't have any control over that. But again, as I've cited, governments can penalize whatever nations they want through sanctions or whatever, geopolitical pressure, whether it's as a result of something's being done with a decentralized crypto or not. Consider that most cryptocurrencies, including XRP specifically, are public blockchains, which means that you can see where things are flowing and you can check those endpoints and see what they connect to and see where money's flowing. And if you don't like it, you can have a policy. Don't forget, and it's not just crypto. It's not like crypto's the only way for Russia to move money. You have to have partners that are willing to conduct transactions with you. Think about this. And so Russia, I would suspect, they had some relationships in place outside of SWIFT so that they could move value around prior to this occurring. They had to have seen that these sanctions would have likely come. How could they not have seen that? I don't think they're stupid. They're just doing really bad, horrible things. But they had to have seen that, right? Wouldn't you think? And so then there was this from Ashish Burla. And this is really interesting. When you see some of these numbers, you will be blown away, if you're not aware of these numbers, by how tiny crypto markets are compared to the monetary flows of the entire planet. It's going to just like brain this book. And you may already know that what the market cap is for the asset class, roughly a couple trillion at the time I'm recording this, which is already small. Maybe you knew that. But wait till we break into some of the daily volume stuff and what that means. Check this out. This is what Ashish Burla wrote, who is the general manager of RippleNet. In the last few days, we've seen some say that Russia could potentially evade sanctions and get around SWIFT using crypto. I outline some of the key arguments refuting this and a chart. Number 1, crypto is only becoming more easily trackable by software and governments. Folks, that's what I've been touching. I've been saying this for days and days and days. It is true. Crypto is not, if you want to engage in nefarious activity, crypto is not a very good way to do it. It just really isn't. Number 2, there simply isn't enough global liquidity to support Russia's needs. The country's FX needs, not individuals. That's what he's talking about here. There's not enough global liquidity. We're talking about the number of people buying and selling crypto assets the world over. There's just not enough people and entities doing that to facilitate this. And so what matters especially if you want to utilize XRP as a bridge currency, what matters is the blend of price and liquidity, with liquidity being more important, because understand that the market price, it's just, take whatever the current market rate is times the circulating supply. That's the way it's calculated in crypto anyway, even though I don't like it. That's a different video though. But that's the way that it's calculated. And so you just look at, say the last market price was something crazy high. So I'm just making this up. Say it was $1,000. Say XRP was $1,000. Okay. Well, why am I saying that liquidity is more important than the fact that the price is that high? Well, if you want to use XRP as a bridge currency, that becomes abundantly clear, because if nobody's selling XRP, even if the last sale price was $1,000, that's the current market rate, if nobody's buying and selling it, it doesn't matter for the purposes of XRP being used as a bridge currency. So liquidity is more important than price. Price is important, because if you have a higher price, you can move more value. I'm not saying you can't. I'm just saying that liquidity is even more important than price, specifically for this use case. I understand that holders of XRP supremely interested in price, but also if you do want to sell, understand you need exit liquidity anyway. So liquidity is important to you too, listening to this, if you hold XRP, if you intend to sell it for. Just saying. Number 3, on/off ramps are by and large regulated financial institutions that have to abide by OFAC law. So that's the department within the United States I just cited a moment ago. Diving into number 2, our team took a look at the data behind this. As stated by the U.S. Treasury Department, Russia conducts nearly $50 billion in foreign exchange transactions a day. 50 billion, folks. That's Russia per day. As the largest crypto, Bitcoin's volume is usually between 20 to 50 billion a day. Russia's needs would encompass Bitcoin and more. Are you hearing this, folks? Bitcoin, again, the volume of Bitcoin dwarfs that of XRPs. It's just the reality of it. So like right now you can see here's Live Coin Watch. According to Live Coin Watch, Bitcoin's 24-hour volume, just a hair shy of 25 billion. XRP's is 1.8 billion. Again, the daily demand just from Russia, 50 billion. XRP in a 24-hour period, the last 24 hours as I'm recording this, 1.8 billion. So not even Bitcoin can do it, and Bitcoin has way more volume than XRP. It does. Crypto markets are tiny. It doesn't mean they won't be way bigger in the future. It doesn't mean XRP can't be even higher than it is in terms of market cap in the future. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just acknowledging where it is now, and it's worth having this information. So no, nowhere near enough liquidity with that. And so that's why when you think about XRP as a bridge currency, not that it can't be playing a substantial role in the future, which is also one of the reasons that I feel like we're so early, and that's why there's so much opportunity with XRP. This is one of the reasons. Well, there you go. Isn't it abundantly clear? If this is the genuine use case, XRP is a bridge currency, and it's genuinely useful to people, and there is no better solution, what do you think that's going to do, along with all the other use cases for XRP in the years to come? What do you think that's going to do as crypto markets get bigger and there's increasing liquidity? Market cap in tens of trillions if that happens, which I suspect it will, for the crypto asset class. And I think that you could have individual cryptos with over $10 trillion market caps. I don't see why not. So what do you think that's going to mean? That's why it's so exciting to be here so early, though. But no, today, no, that's why on-demand liquidity needs some time to grow. And for this idea of Ripple net replacing Swift, completely absurd. Or XRP replacing the needs of Russia's foreign exchange. No. None of that's happening. Anyway, Ashish continues. As of January 2022, you could only send $200,000 worth of Russian rubles at a time through Bitcoin on Binance versus 3.7 million through Bitcoin/USD and 2.9 million through BTC/EUR on Bitstamp. Folks, do you see how tiny this is? Here, I'll make this chart full screen in case you want to look at this. The numbers are the numbers. They're right there on your screen, top right, if you want to read that again. The facts are the facts. This is the data. All right? This is nowhere near. So then Ashish Burra fleshes the thought out further, and he says, even if you were sending $200,000 every minute, and assuming the Bitcoin/ruble market was resilient enough to immediately replenish the liquidity, which is very doubtful, you're nowhere near $50 billion a day. Also, the total average daily volume over the last month for Bitcoin/RUB, ruble, was just 11 million.
I'm your guy. I will keep you posted. I'm your advocate. I'll be back on a daily basis, usually multiple times per day, with these videos to keep you updated with everything going on. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you haven't done so, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Feel free to share any of my videos with your friends, family, social media, or anybody who may care to listen. Thanks so much for your continued support. I'm always here for you. I want to help you through this time. So thank you so much for continuing to choose me. Enjoy your day, stay safe, and I'll catch you again probably in a couple hours. Thanks, everybody. See you later.